Alright, nerds. Want to make some homemade Play-Doh in case you don't have Play-Doh for today's assignment. Pretty super simple ingredients I'm hoping you have in your kitchen. First thing we're going to do, we're going to take a half a cup of water in something that I can microwave in, something that is microwave safe, that is not going to blow up like metal, and something that is not going to melt like plastic. I'm going to take that half a cup of water and I'm going to add 3 tablespoons. That's the big one of lemon juice. It does not need to be fresh. I'm not using fresh. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons to that. And I am going to put that in the microwave for about 3-ish minutes until it starts to boil. Alright, so while that is working, I'm going to get my dry ingredients going. I'm going to add 1 cup of flour. One cup of flour. Make sure you smooth off the top so it's not a mound. You just want 1 flat cup of flour. Okay. I want a 1/4 cup of salt. Quarter cup. All the ingredients and measurements are going to be down below, so don't worry about writing this down as I do it. 1/4 cup of salt. That's a lot of salt. Don't eat this. Okay. I'm gonna mix it with my hands kind of person. You know I'm a weirdo. I like to touch things. So I'm gonna mix this all up with my hands. Okay. I am going to need a wooden spoon though, because when that water comes out and it's boiling, I'm not dumb enough to touch it with my hands, okay? So, I'm gonna get my wooden spoon. You don't have to add food coloring to this if you don't have any, but it'll make it kind of cooler. The other thing you can do is you can add Kool-Aid, and it will make it smell nice. You guys can do this with your younger siblings or whatever to entertain them in this time. You could make it into a science experiment. And also this will keep for about a week in your refrigerator. So you have something to entertain them with for the next week. Okay? Ooh, we're boiling. I'm gonna take it out. That wasn't even 3 minutes. It was like 1 minute 45 seconds. 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm boiling. It's hot. Okay? I'm gonna set this aside for a minute. I'm gonna add food coloring. Just a tiny bit. Food coloring goes a long way. 2 drops. Ooh, it made it boil more. I'm gonna mix that up. I'm gonna do red just because. I'm gonna make it a little bit more red because that's just gonna make it pink. Don't forget, if you couldn't find any of your other ingredients, or not ingredients, your other things that we need to make this long, use your imagination. You know, there's a lot of things on that list I don't have. Well, not a lot. I don't have balloons and I don't have Play-Doh, obviously, which is why I'm making it. Okay, so I'm gonna slowly add this in here. So add a little bit at a time. I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Oof, I'm gonna spill it on my counter. I'm gonna mix it up. Okay. I'm gonna add the rest. I'm gonna mix it up. Try not to spill it on your counter. It won't work as well. Okay. It's not going to, it's gonna look dry. That is totally okay, right? Do not add extra water to it at any point until it is completely cool. The last thing I am gonna do is I'm gonna add 1 tablespoon of cooking oil. I have vegetable oil. If you have canola oil, whatever kind of oil you have, again, 1 tablespoon. That is the big one, not the small one. I'm gonna add that in there. Set that in that. At this point, it's dry enough, or it's cool enough, that boiling water is cool enough, that I'm just going to use my hands to kind of finish it. Knead it up, make it into Play-Doh. Okay. Mix it. Okay. This actually isn't a bad texture. It may feel like a weird texture to you. Again, like I said, it may feel dry. If it feels dry, do not add any more liquid until it is cooled all the way. Otherwise, you now have Play-Doh, let it dry, or let it cool, not dry. Put it in your refrigerator. It will keep longer. Cover it up, wrap it in plastic wrap, put it in your refrigerator, put it in a plastic bag, Ziploc bag, whatever. Let it cool before you do the actual thing that I want you to do for class today. But otherwise, you now have Play-Doh to play with and hang out with and be your best new Play-Doh friend. Cool.